Hey, everyone. Andy Hall here with the Jenga Tower. Jenga Tower. Maybe not perfectly formed Jenga Tower. And so here. Now Jenga Tower. All right. I'm going to start off with my left hand. And it begins. I am doing Jenga Tower. I don't know. Just doing this slowly. Not so slowly. I think maybe I should start speeding, like set a clock. See how fast I can do this. Right? If I did it faster, I'm sure there'd be more crashes. People seem to like the crashes. I think I should write some jokes, like legitimate jokes as against just being funny. Set up punchline. I'm thinking I should write some jokes. See, I started talking about how I should do this quickly, and now I'm just dragging it out. It's a very unstable tower right now. Very unstable? I would say that. Bam. Did I get the thumbnail wrong? Yeah, I discovered I did the thumbnail wrong. I did it for the open mic. No, I did it for the after party, after show, as against to just doing a Jenga show. So that was a mistake, possibly. But I'm comfortable with the occasional mistakes. With myself, at least. I mean, other people, yeah. The job interview went well. I might actually be employed pretty soon, like for reals. I'll have to change the time for the morning show. That can't be helped. Let's see. Hey, tons of ice. Said the tired husband. That's right. feel like there should be a crash coming because this is way too unstable. But maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, so the new job, if I take the job, wouldn't start for another couple of weeks. I wouldn't be getting home till about 9:30 or so. Maybe 9:30 to 10. So I'd have to change in the morning. So I don't know. Would I do the show at nighttime? Would I do the show at nighttime? I don't know. Maybe I would. See, it looks like it shouldn't work. It looks like this should not be standing properly, but it is. It's not properly. It's not standing properly, but it is standing. Did some meditation today, just basic breath counting. I found that useful. And higher. Look at that. You can see my nun in the background here. The nun. She used to like shoot out little sparks too, but she doesn't do that anymore. Oh, beautiful. So I've been reading Jonathan M.S. Pierce's book on the resurrection. I think I'll be ready to actually talk with him about it next Monday. That's actually going to be before the morning show. That'll be at 7 a.m. Because he's a Brit. He's on Brit time. I think this is my favorite Jenga move now. Pulling out a block with just these two fingers, kind of like Spider-Man shooting his web, just like that. Da, 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 da. I don't know. Oh, beautiful. Nope, that's not working. So I'm going to get two monitors going in the morning. So I might be streaming to Twitch with one monitor so I could see the chat from Twitch, as well as doing the regular show on, that's what I'm thinking. I'm considering that. because I have a Twitch channel. I just haven't done anything with it. Hey, what's up, Blazing? Jenga, Jenga, Jenga. Dude, congratulations on that. Tons of mice. Nice work on that. I guess it's what, 2 weeks from your first shot, and then you're 80% efficacy, I guess. 80% covered. Me making double trouble. I try to make as much trouble as I can. Blazing Wizard Pub. Sometimes I hope for double trouble. Sometimes I shoot for triple trouble. I try not to limit myself, but yes, I'm playing around to see if about how to manage my Twitch channel. Maybe starting a Discord. Yeah, that's what I read. That's what you read too. Yeah. Well, congratulations on getting your shot. Tons. Oh no! Hey, what was that? What was that? That was a crash, Andy. That's what it was. See, but I didn't try to catch it. See, this is personal growth on my part, I believe. That sucks, Blazing. That sucks. I was reading through an article in The Economist. My Economist magazine came in for this week about the European response to COVID. And, I'm not going to say anything you guys don't already know, is that while the Europeans have, in general, amongst the EU, have a lower death rate than Britain or the US, the amount of people that they vaccinated is much, much lower. Blazing says the previous government was a right-wing government, and they decided to sell the national vaccine company, and the racist bastards sold it to. Really, I had no idea. Yeah, he supports the Taliban. I could see why a Saudi Arabian sheikh would support the Taliban, just because the Taliban might cause trouble in Iran, right? And there's one thing I've learned from my discussions with a fellow blogger, atheist blogger on Patheos, who happens to be, an atheist and Iranian, that the Saudi government and the Iranian government hate each other with a passion that is not really fully understood by many people in the West. So I could see why it's crazy why a Saudi prince would support the Taliban in order just to stick it to the Iranians. It's a crazy plan. You were surprised by how easy it was to get an appointment. Well, that's good. That's good, Tons. Yeah, putting the nun right there, doing her thing. All right, nun. Hey, what's up, Tobin? Also, the Taliban is fighting for ground in Yemen. Yep, yeah. This is true. Blazing. I don't see how the Saudi state is really sustainable in the long term. I don't see how. I mean, you can see how desperate they are by making alliances with Israel and knowing full well that the United States of America cannot be depended on in the long term. I I don't see how Saudi Arabia can really be sustainable against a foe like Iran, to tell you the truth, in the long term. There's going to be a point that the cornerstone of the Saudi government, of the Saudi economy, which is oil, of course, just isn't going to be able to sustain the country, not in the way it is now. Their desperation shows pretty soon their oil runs out. Yep, and the attempt to become a tourist destination is a mess. Yeah, yeah. No one's going to go to Saudi Arabia. I mean, you're going to have some people. You're going to have like flocks of people going for the Hajj, right? The Hajj. But you can't have an entire economy like that. And even if they never run out of oil, let's hypothetically say they never run out of oil, the world is just not going to need as much oil in 50 years as it is now. Saudi Arabia is just like any other petrol state. Yeah, when the price of oil goes down, um, the society feels it over there. Yeah, there's always going to be some people who go to Saudi Arabia, but it's not. Yeah, it's not going to be able to keep up. Like I said, it can't keep the entire economy propped up. I'll say this: the Iranians have a better chance of actually having a functional democracy than the Sauds do at this point, in my humble opinion. That may not be saying much. I should be using my right hand for this. I haven't ever thought of, hey, let's go to Saudi Arabia. No, no, Tobin. There's a lot of places I'd be very skeptical about going to. My girlfriend and I have had discussions about, where would you go, Andy? It's like, there's a lot of places I would go. There's a lot of places I wouldn't go. In fact, we were just having a discussion about Hong Kong the other day. She's like, why don't we go to Hong Kong? It's like, yeah, I don't know. There's enough stuff going on in Hong Kong right now. It has been going on in Hong Kong for a while. And I'm not even talking about the Godzilla versus King Kong issue that's been going on in Hong Kong. I'm just talking about how, the Chinese government's been putting the hurt on democracy in Hong Kong. Oh, dude. Yeah, I had reservations stopping off at the UAE airport for 6 hours while going to the Philippines. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. My girlfriend and I also had a discussion about Singapore. It's like, yeah, I think there's a lot of other places I'd rather go. I mean, don't they cane people in the streets, or they cane people in Singapore? I don't know if I'd be cool with being over there. I think about every once in a while, like my friends and how they've been able to deal with the pandemic. And most of them have done really well. One of my friends, Dennis, who's been on the channel before, he's a local comedian. He he adopted a dog, a shelter dog. And I have to tell you, best thing that ever did, best thing that ever happened to the guy, best choice he's made is get that dog. The dog brings him joy and has helped him go through the dark days of the pandemic. Yes, I do, Tobin Templeman, get frowned upon, getting beaten in the streets. We might be heading down to Houston actually in May. I think my girlfriend wants to go see her parents. I think Mother's Day and everything, so we'll probably be heading down to Houston. Maybe, possibly, I don't know. I'll tell you one of the things I probably will be doing is driving down to North Carolina to see my mother. Um, some medical issues on her end, and I was going to wait for her to pop back up here to see it for the first time. But I'm thinking I'm going to drive down with my girlfriend. Fuck me. I don't know what happens. Is this a MacGuffin? Not a MacGuffin, but a mulligan, right? Jesus. The whole thing didn't fall. I guess I would lose the game officially if I was playing against somebody else. But since I'm not playing against anyone else, this is what I'm doing. Yeah, Houston. Her parents, yeah. My girlfriend grew up in Houston. Went to college in Houston. She went to Rice. And her parents still live in Houston. I don't know how far that is from you, Tobin. The Mulligan. That's right. Yeah. That was just a bonus block, indeed. Yeah, so how far is Houston away from you, Tobin? I mean, you're in the central part of the state. I know that that's a lot of distance between Houston, which is much closer to the coast. Look like a block aside. Indeed. Don't jump, Lucky. Oh, really? A little less than 3 hours. Well, yeah, that's not too bad, right? So maybe in May, Tobin. We haven't yet finalized plans. At least I haven't. Maybe she has. Oh, Andy. How you mismanage your relationships. Now, actually, I'm very happy with my girlfriend. If we've been spending like an insane amount of time with each other during the pandemic, and I've been pretty happy, which is abnormal for me, right? I mean, I'm not an unhappy person. Maybe, I don't know. I can say that I'm not miserable, and that's an achievement, I think. And I am happy in the relationship. I can say that. I'm not miserable in general, and happy in the relationship, and that's at least a B plus, I think. There is no block heaven. I'm sorry. There is no block heaven. They may get reincarnated into another tower. blazing. So there is no block heaven, but they will become reincarnated into a different form. Just as we are made up of atoms and those atoms get rearranged into different objects over time, so will the blocks. The blocks will get rearranged. So no block heaven, but definitely block reincarnation. Maybe they should come back as toothpicks, indeed. Wow, Hindu blocks. That's right. Trans, life, migration for blocks. Here we go. Look at this. Yeah, so my job interview went well at the Zoom interview. Never did a Zoom job interview before, but I said the right words, truthful words, shared some stories from my experience of working with people with disabilities. Only if they were really bad blocks. Yes, that's right, Blazing, indeed. Oh, if they haven't achieved light enlightenment from other blocks, they return to as Lego, indeed. Is there block nirvana? Is there a no wind? Is there a space of no wind for blocks? Would they transcend the cycle of toothpicks to blocks to towers? Oh no! Oh, the tower just went crashing down. Well, that was it. That was it. That was it. Yeah, this is me with my glasses. This is how I get to look at the blocks and then look at the chat at the same time and manage. Wow, my hair is like out of control. Getting a haircut pretty soon too. Block Nirvana. Yo, my coffee cup. Good callback there. Tons of mice. Good callback. So yeah, what am I doing? I think that's going to be my last block tower for today because I stream a lot. I was just thinking about it the other day. It's like I stream for at least 2.5 hours every day, sometimes 3.5 hours if I have an interview. So I stream a lot and I have things I have to do. Maybe they mold like caterpillars and butterflies. Maybe they do. Maybe they do, Blazing. Maybe they do. But yeah, I think I'm going to work on some jokes. I have to read Jonathan M.S. Pierce's book too. That's like a 300-page book. And it's a book I need my whole brain on. I need my whole brain on Jonathan's book to wrap my mind around it so I can ask intelligent questions. It's about the resurrection. And then after that, I got another book I have to read by Stax Roach. It's about atheism and everything. And once those two books are done, I'm going back to fiction. And I think I'm going to be happy going back to fiction. I might read a Harry Potter book, the second Harry Potter book, just so that I want something light and airy and fluffy, because I think my brain might be burnt out by then. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my day. And of course, getting ready for the show tomorrow. And just living my best life, as maybe, whatever that means, right? Whatever that means. All right, everyone. Tomorrow, 9 a.m. doing the show. 10 o'clock doing. I think the after party today with Rage and Paul Camish and Sammy Jenkins, that was good. I had a really nice time talking about everything there. Cleanse the palate. My palate, yes, exactly. Tolman Templeman, exactly. So I think I haven't done an Andy's Follies comic, because the comics, what I do every once in a while, about logical fallacies. I have done a bunch about logical fallacies, and you can see those on my Patreon page, actually. Tobin was mentioning them the other day. And I think I might do a new folly about Mysterianism, which I've been reading up about in Jonathan M.S.'s Jonathan's book there. So I'm just rambling. Am I rambling? I think I'm rambling. So I will see you all tomorrow. Thanks for stopping by. And the block is going to a better place, my friends. It's going to a better place. Take care.